Ever wondered why scientific discoveries, no matter how groundbreaking, seem to create ripples rather than waves in our daily lives? The answer lies in the very essence of communication in science. Communication is the backbone of science. It's the means by which scientific knowledge is transmitted, shared, and understood. But here's the catch. Scientific knowledge is often complex, teeming with jargon and intricate concepts that can be difficult for non-scientists to grasp. This is where scientific communication comes into play. Picture scientific communication as a translator. It takes the dense language of science and transforms it into something more digestible, more relatable for the wider public. It's the process of transforming those complex equations, those mind-boggling theories, into an understandable format. This isn't about dumbing down the science, but rather about making it accessible. But why is this important? Why do we need to bridge this gap between science and society? Well, think about it. The very essence of science is to understand the world around us, to uncover truths that can shape our future. But if these truths are locked away in the vaults of scientific complexity, inaccessible to the majority, then their potential impact is significantly reduced. It's also about trust. When science is shrouded in complexity, it can seem distant and unapproachable. But when science is communicated clearly and effectively, it becomes more relatable, more trustworthy. We're more likely to trust in science, to believe in its findings when we understand it. And let's not forget the role of scientific communication in inspiring the next generation of scientists. By making science more accessible, we're opening the door for young minds to explore, to question, to innovate. So, it's not enough to simply conduct the research. The results have to be communicated effectively. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of a scientific discovery if it doesn't create a wave in our understanding of the world? However, communicating science isn't as easy as it sounds. Indeed, the path to effective scientific communication is strewn with challenges. One of the primary hurdles is the language barrier. Science is a global endeavor, but not all scientists are proficient in English, which is often the de facto language of scientific discourse. This can lead to misunderstandings and misconceptions. On the flip side, scientists who are not native English speakers may find it difficult to articulate their findings accurately, which can result in their work being overlooked or misunderstood. Next comes the issue of technical jargon. Scientists often use specialized language or jargon to communicate complex ideas with precision. However, this can alienate the lay audience, making scientific findings seem like an indecipherable code. This can lead to a communication gap, where scientific discoveries fail to reach the people they're meant to benefit. Misinformation is another formidable challenge. Consider the topic of climate change, for instance. The scientific consensus is clear. Human activities are causing the planet to warm at an alarming rate. However, the complexities of climate science, combined with the prevalence of technical jargon and the potential for language barriers, can make it easy for misinformation to spread. Misunderstandings or oversimplifications of scientific data can lead to skepticism or outright denial of established scientific facts. This is not to mention the fact that scientific findings are often nuanced and provisional, making them easy to misinterpret. A study might find a correlation between two variables, but that doesn't necessarily mean one causes the other. Yet such subtleties can get lost in translation when scientific findings are communicated to a non-expert audience. All these challenges can make scientific communication a daunting task. But remember, the goal of scientific communication is to inform, educate, and inspire. It's about making science accessible, engaging, and relevant to everyone, regardless of their scientific background or language proficiency. Therefore, it's crucial to overcome these hurdles and make scientific information accessible to all. Because when science is effectively communicated, it can spark curiosity, drive innovation, and help us make informed decisions about our world. Let's delve into an example that showcases the importance of effective scientific communication. Picture this. The year is 1990, and scientists embark on a mission of epic proportions, the Human Genome Project. A collaborative international endeavor. Its goal was to completely map and understand all the genes that make up human DNA. Quite a lofty aim, wouldn't you say? The Human Genome Project was no small feat. It was like piecing together a puzzle with over 20,000 pieces, each piece representing a gene in the human body. The enormity of this project was mind-boggling, and successfully communicating its intricacies to the public was a challenge in itself. Scientists and communicators took this challenge head-on, using every tool at their disposal to explain the project's goals and implications. They used analogies, like comparing the human genome to a recipe book containing instructions for making a human. They held press conferences, published articles, and even released a documentary. The message was clear and consistent. Understanding our genome could revolutionize medicine and deepen our understanding of ourselves. And the public listened. They engaged in conversations. They asked questions, and they supported the project. The Human Genome Project became a household name, and its findings are still impacting society today. It has led to advancements in personalized medicine, forensics, and understanding human evolution. So why was communication so critical in this instance? Well, it wasn't just about informing the public. It was about fostering a relationship between science and society. It was about ensuring that people understood the value of the work that was being done and felt a part of it. This case highlights the potential of scientific communication in fostering public understanding and engagement. When done well, it doesn't just inform, it inspires. And that, my friends, is the power of effective scientific communication. Another more recent example is the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. As we all know, the world was blindsided by this unprecedented health crisis, which has significantly impacted nearly every facet of our lives. From the onset, the science behind the virus, its transmission, and the measures to mitigate its spread became a matter of global significance. This is where scientific communication stepped into the limelight. It was the vehicle that carried crucial information from the labs of virologists, immunologists, and public health experts to the general public. It was through effective scientific communication that we understood the nature of this novel coronavirus, how it spreads, and the importance of hygiene practices and social distancing in limiting its transmission. But the role of scientific communication didn't stop there. As scientists and researchers raced to develop a vaccine, their findings were shared with the global community through various communication channels. This transparency not only facilitated faster progress, but also helped build public trust in the vaccines. When vaccines were finally available, clear and concise communication played a crucial role in explaining their efficacy, safety, and the importance of vaccination in achieving herd immunity. However, the journey was not without challenges. The spread of misinformation and conspiracy theories threatened to undermine public confidence. Yet again, scientific communication rose to the occasion, debunking myths, clarifying doubts, and providing accurate and reliable information. The COVID-19 pandemic has underscored the fact that scientific communication is not just about sharing research findings among scientists. It's about translating complex scientific concepts into a language that everyone can understand. It's about building trust and consensus in a world that is often divided by misinformation and fear. In this context, scientific communication has proven to be a vital tool in global crisis management. It has shown us that when science speaks clearly and convincingly to the public, we can overcome even the most formidable challenges. It has taught us that in the face of a global crisis, effective communication can be as vital as the science itself. In this context, scientific communication has proven to be a vital tool in global crisis management. In the age of digital media, scientific communication has taken on a whole new dimension. The advent of social platforms, blogs, and podcasts has not only revolutionized how scientific information is disseminated, but it's also made it more interactive and accessible. Let's take a look at some examples. There are numerous science-focused blogs that simplify complex scientific concepts into digestible pieces. Take SciShow, for example, a popular YouTube channel which presents scientific phenomena in a fun and engaging manner, making it accessible for viewers of all ages and backgrounds. By doing so, they've managed to demystify science and make it more appealing to a broader audience. Then we have podcasts like Science Fives, which take trending topics and break them down, presenting the scientific facts in a way that's not just informative, but also entertaining. By using an informal and conversational tone, they've been able to engage listeners and create a platform for discourse. In encouraging more people to take an interest in science. Moreover, social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook have become vital tools for scientific communication. Scientists, researchers, and institutions use these platforms to share their latest findings, engage with the public, and even collaborate with other researchers. A great example of this is the hashtag #SciComm on Twitter, where scientists from around the world engage in conversations about science, share their work, and provide insights into the scientific process. These digital platforms have also played a crucial role in real-time scientific communication, especially during crises. During the COVID-19 pandemic, for instance, social media was instrumental in disseminating information about the virus and the ongoing research quickly and efficiently. In conclusion, digital media has transformed scientific communication. It has made science more engaging, more accessible, and more interactive, breaking down the barriers that traditionally existed between scientists and the public. It has empowered individuals to participate in scientific discourse, fostering a culture of curiosity and critical thinking. As we can see, digital media has opened up new avenues for disseminating scientific information to the public. So, how can we improve scientific communication? Well, let's start by simplifying complex concepts. This doesn't mean watering down the science, but rather presenting it in a way that is accessible to everyone. Imagine explaining the intricate workings of a cell to a child. You wouldn't dive into the details of cellular respiration, but you might say, a cell is like a tiny factory, with different parts working together to keep it running. Next, we turn to visual aids. We've all heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This rings especially true in science. Diagrams, graphs, and animations can provide a visual understanding that words alone may not convey. Think about how much easier it is to grasp the solar system's layout with a model in front of you, rather than just hearing a description. Another powerful tool at our disposal is promoting science literacy. By equipping individuals with the basic understanding of scientific concepts, we are empowering them to engage with science more deeply. This might involve teaching critical thinking skills or demonstrating how the scientific method works. It's about fostering an environment where curiosity is encouraged and questions are welcomed. Now, who plays a role in all this? Scientists, of course, have a responsibility to communicate their findings clearly and accurately, but the onus isn't solely on them. Educators have a crucial role in fostering science literacy from a young age. And let's not forget the media. With its wide reach, the media has the power to disseminate scientific information far and wide, but it must do so responsibly, avoiding sensationalism and ensuring accuracy. By adopting these strategies, we can ensure that scientific discoveries make not just ripples, but waves in society. To sum up, let's revisit the key points we've discussed today. We've taken a deep dive into the world of scientific communication and its role as a critical cog in the wheel of modern science. It's the bridge that connects the scientific community with the rest of the world, facilitating the flow of knowledge and information. We've also delved into the challenges that scientific communication faces, notably the difficulty of making complex scientific concepts accessible and understandable to the public, and the risk of misinformation when science is misunderstood or misinterpreted. These challenges are significant, but not insurmountable. Our journey took us through two major case studies, the Human Genome Project and the COVID-19 pandemic. These instances underscored the impact of effective scientific communication. The Human Genome Project, a colossal scientific endeavor, was made accessible to the public through concerted communication efforts, ensuring widespread understanding and acceptance. Similarly, during the COVID-19 pandemic, accurate and timely information was crucial in guiding public response and fostering resilience amidst uncertainty. In the digital age, we also explored how digital media plays a pivotal role in scientific communication. It's a powerful tool that can amplify the reach of science, making it accessible to people across the globe. But with great power comes great responsibility, and it's imperative that the information shared is accurate, reliable, and comprehensible. Finally, we discussed strategies to improve scientific communication, encouraging scientists to engage with the public, fostering collaborations between scientists and communication professionals, and integrating science communication training in educational curriculums are just a few ways to enhance the effectiveness of scientific communication. So, as we wrap up, let's remember that science doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's an integral part of our daily lives, influencing everything from the food we eat to the technology we use. And it's up to us, all of us, to ensure the benefits of science reach everyone, everywhere. Remember, science doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's a part of our daily lives, and it's up to us to ensure its benefits reach everyone.